Has Meghan Markle just been blacklisted by Hollywood personal assistant PA agencies for alleged bullying? Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to The Dust, the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because has Megxie been blacklisted by Hollywood PA agencies due to her alleged bullying? It looks like no one wants to work with her anymore and everyone is turning against her. Now, this is a blind item from Crazy Days and Nights. It came through yesterday. Now, when they're saying the illiterate one, I'm assuming that they're referencing Meghan Markle here. So the blind item says the illiterate one actually got turned down by the PA agency she usually uses. Everyone is turning against her. Now, firstly, thanks to Royally Sage at Sage1411 for sharing Murky Meg's tweet on this in the first place that alerted me to this particular blind item. And Royally Sage says Rachel, which is Meghan Markle's real first name, is toxic. Even the interns are turning away. And then when we look at Murky Meg's tweet, where she originally shared this blind item, Murky Meg says, couldn't happen to a nicer person. Sedan, which is Crazy Days and Nights, says Meghan Markle has been turned down by the usual PA agency. I assume that means personal assistant agency, but could be wrong. Times seem to be hard in Montecito. And yeah, times do seem to be hard in Montecito for a buttload of reasons, as we've been discussing on this channel for the last couple of months at the very least. However, my goodness, Megxie seems to be having a history, of not getting on with personal assistants in one way, shape or form. So do you remember back in 2018 when Megxie was part of the royal family? Do you guys remember this article that came out? Now, this was back in November 2018, and it was quite a shock at the time because all of a sudden, Megxie's personal assistant quit just 6 months into the job. Now, at the time, the personal assistant was only identified as Melissa, and she reportedly played a pivotal role in Megxie and Hazard's wedding. Now, a month later, in December 2018, this personal assistant was identified as Melissa Tubati, and more details came out as to why Melissa suddenly quit. Hint, it's due to Megxie's alleged bullying tactics. Because here the headline then was, it became too much. And Megxie's personal assistant quit after being reduced to tears by the Duchess of Sussex's demands. And so Melissa quit suddenly after Megxie's demands reduced her to tears, according to sources. She was the French assistant who played a pivotal role in the success of Hazard and Megxie's wedding, and absolutely quit at that point after, quote, putting up with a lot. A source telling the Mirror, quote, her job was highly pressurised and in the end it became too much. She put up with quite a lot. Meghan put a lot of demands on her and it ended up with her in tears. She's a hugely talented and played a pivotal role in the success of the royal wedding. She'll be missed by everyone in the household. Melissa is a total professional and fantastic at her job. But things came to a head and it was easier for them both to go their separate ways. So you see what happened, allegedly, in 2018 when Megxie was part of the royal family and all of a sudden her personal assistant of 6 months completely quits. And then you see this blind item here from Crazy Days and Nights, where now a Hollywood PA agency is turning around and completely blacklisting Megxie, rejecting her. No one in that agency wants to work with her whatsoever. And you think, I wonder why. I wonder why. Now, we have British broadcaster and photographer Helena Chard, who has weighed in on all of this in regards to Megxie and Hazza just seemingly not keeping their staff. And with the rumours and the reports that Megxie in particular is a dictator in heels, that she's an alleged bully. And she says, quote, a revolving door of staff seems to be the norm for Harry and Meghan. 18 members of their staff have departed their team. Sometimes introducing new staff to a team can keep ideas alive, but this is an unusually high turnover of staff and highlights that something is wrong. The sad thing is, all these employees have been chosen carefully. They have previously excelled working for demanding bosses in high-performing companies and environments. I can only believe that Harry and Meghan are tricky customers and make it near impossible for their staff to excel in their roles. Which seems to be true when it comes to what allegedly happened with Megxie's old PA when she was in the royal family, Melissa Tubati. And it seems to be true when you take into account this blind item right here. It's all making sense, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Now, she also points out Prince and Princess of Wales, and in fact all the working royal family, seem to keep good relations, trust and communication with their staff. They do not have a high turnover of staff. They steer a tight ship and are very focused work-wise. This filters into their employees' support and work ethic. Harry and Meghan seem like rudderless ships. They lack direction, jump on board many different ideas, think they're an authority on all these ideas, and then move on to something new. But ultimately, as Chard is saying here, I can only believe that Harry and Meghan are tricky customers and make it near impossible for their staff to excel in their roles. And when you look at what happened to Melissa Tubati here, allegedly, where a source is saying it became too much, her job was highly pressurised, she put up with quite a lot, Megxie put a lot of demands on her, it ended up with her in tears, she quits after 6 months. No wonder, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, that it could actually be plausible that a Hollywood personal assistant agency is turning around and blacklisting Megxie. Turning around and saying, personal assistants don't want to work with you anymore. You've got a reputation, and it ain't one to be proud of. Dictator in heels. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course, there's going to be more, you do not want to miss my next video, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe, because I'll be honest with you, help us now get to 1 million so we can also get that gold play button right there and hopefully cause a Meghan Markle meltdown on Instagram. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Just as a side note, we are currently battling a YouTube purge in this community. And what does that mean? Well, it means that YouTube likes to unsubscribe you from channels without your permission and without your knowledge. So please make sure that you're still subscribed to this channel. And for those that are not, do subscribe today so we can stick 2 fingers up at YouTube and say, not today, Satan. Also, as well, if you've got some very, very strong opinions about Megxie allegedly being blacklisted by a Hollywood PA agency, and I bet you do, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters.